And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Farley City Park, the 4A Substate 4 final here tonight. And Farley has the number 5 rated Western Dubuque Bobcats 31-9 on the year. We'll be playing Davenport Central Blue Devils 15-16 on the year. Both teams have concluded their warm-ups. They're going to start the starting lineups and have the coaches meeting with the umpires here shortly, and we'll get started here probably before 7 o'clock. And the umpires have just made their way to the field. The umpires for tonight's contest, it'll be 3 of them. Michael Federer, Scott Forsberg, and Mike Beggy will be the officials, the umpires here tonight. Is when they get here, they work with a 3-man crew. And the 2 coaches, Chris Carty from Davenport Central and Casey Bryant from Western Dubuque, are out there shaking hands with the umpires and with each coach and handing in their lineup cards and getting ready to go here. So we'll go with the starting lineups here for this contest tonight. Leading off for Davenport Central will be senior center fielder Josh Hahn. Batting second, senior shortstop Will Kranz. Batting third, junior pitcher Mason Gersdorf. Batting fourth, senior second baseman Aiden De La Rosa. Batting fifth, senior first baseman Spencer Darland. Batting sixth, senior catcher Nick Fleming. Batting seventh will be senior designated hitter Zach Wirt, and he'll be DH for senior left fielder Colby Zank. Batting eighth will be junior right fielder Jake Mahon. And batting number 9 will be senior third baseman David Canfield. The coaches, Chris Carty, the head coach, assisted by Chris Gizzle. For the Western Dubuque Bobcats, their starting lineup here tonight will be batting leadoff will be catcher Calvin Harris. Batting second will be the pitcher Sam Goodman. Batting third, center fielder Damon Yeager. Batting fourth, right fielder Kyle Lehman. Batting fifth, first baseman Zach Bierman. The number 6 hitter, designated hitter Sawyer Nauman, and he'll be DHing for the third baseman Casey Perrineau. Batting seventh, left fielder Peyton Quagliano. Batting eighth, shortstop Matt Myers. And batting ninth will be the second baseman Ben Bryant. And Western Dubuque's head coach is Casey Bryant, assisted by Tyler Sampson and Ryan Horner. Athletic trainer Susie Tyson came over and had a little visit with us here before. She's here tonight. So we're going to have a Substate 4 final here tonight from Farley City Park here shortly. They're finishing up the starting lineups. We're going to take a break as they finish that up doing the national anthem. And we'll be back with the first pitch from Farley City Park in just a little bit here. And welcome back into Farley City Park. Bill Logan along with Jeff Harris going to help me along with some pitch count here today. Thanks to Austin West for coming in the studio and working so we could bring you Class 4A Substate Baseball tonight. The winner of tonight's contest will advance to the state baseball tournament at Principal Park in Des Moines next week. I wish a nice game today to the West Delaware girls softball team. We'll listen to that at home today and on the way over here tonight. Man, they lost a tough one there. They lost 7-6 in 8 innings. Top of the 8th inning, they scored a go-ahead run to go ahead, and then Carlisle with a 2-out, 2-run home run to spoil the Hawks' dream of playing for a championship. But what a great game, what a great season. They'll play tomorrow afternoon around 4:45 for 3rd and 4th place. So congratulations to the Hawks softball team. And we are just about underway here. Early game is going to start at 6:55. First pitch is a ground ball foul down the third baseline. Leading off will be senior center fielder Josh Hahn. He's the center fielder. Josh, 28 hits and 92 at bats at 304 batting average. Stands in there from the left-hand side. Takes that pitch, ball one. Defensively for West Dubuque, Peyton Quagliano on left. Damon Yeager in center. Kyle Lehman in right. There's a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Ben Bryant goes over, picks it up, and throws over to first for out number 1. Bobcat infield has Casey Fairnow at third. Matt Myers at short. Ben Bryant at second. Zach Bierman at first. Calvin Harris behind the plate. And Sam Goodman getting the pitching duties here tonight. Sam Goodman, senior right-hander. This is his 9th start of the year. 5-3 record, 52 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 46 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned run average of .53. Just a phenomenal number there. First pitch is a called strike. He's only walked 7, has hit 9 batters, so he's hit more than he's walked, which is an unusual number. 51 strikeouts, a 2.29 opponent's batting average. Swing and a miss at that belt high fastball behind the count now 0-2. Krantz, the senior shortstop. There's a nice line drive hit out to the center fielder. Damon Yeager comes in and makes a nice running catch for out number 2. It's 2 up, 2 down. They'll bring up the pitcher, junior Mason Gersdorf. He'll step in there. Gersdorf, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, 290 batting average, 29 hits and 100 at-bats. 3 doubles, no triples, a home run, 10 RBIs on the year. The pitch from Goodman, a little line drive right to the first baseman for out at number 3. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first inning for Davenport Central. They're scoreless. We're going into the bottom of the first. You're listening to Class 4A Substate 4 Baseball from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to Farley City Park, Class 4A Substate 4 Baseball on the air tonight. Going into the bottom of inning number 1 for the Western Dubuque Bobcats, junior catcher Calvin Harris is going to lead off. A junior, but he a couple years ago committed to Ole Miss to come down and play baseball at his high school conclusion. As Western Dubuque with 3 players that are D1 commits here. We'll talk about that a little bit here. But Calvin Harris is going to step in here. Batting .423 on here, 41 hits, 97 at-bats, 10 doubles, 7 home runs, 40 RBIs. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. Mason Gersdorf, the pitcher here, junior. This is his 7th start of the year. Pitches high and away, 2-0. 1-2 record on here, 18 in the 3rd innings pitched, allowed 26 hits, 16 runs, 11 earned, a 4.2 earned run average, 8 walks, 3 hit batters, 11 strikeouts. So the 2 pitchers with the top innings pitched are not pitching tonight. So I was told that they didn't have any limitation on pitchers, so they could bring in anybody they needed to. That pitch outside, 3-0 to count to Harris. 4-pitch walk, and I'm going to talk about this real quick here. Western Dubuque as a team leads Class 4A in walks received. Number 1 in the state. They have got 204 walks as a team, and Calvin Harris that was number 45 that he's got by himself, and I'm sure a lot of them are intentional. Their pitch there is outside, ball 1 to Sam Goodman. That's in there, right-hander. Sam Goodman batting .305 on here, 39 hits and 128 bats. There goes Harris taking off. He had a huge lead there. Probably could have went in standing up, but he slides in safely for a stolen base. That's stolen base number 8 on the year in 9 attempts, and I'm sure he gets a courtesy runner a lot of the time because when he's not catching, he's pitching. So it doesn't get to do a lot of running. He's only scored 18 runs on the year, which tells you that he doesn't run too often. But a runner at second, 1-1 to count on Sam Goodman. Scoring around the bump, it held it back. Now the throw goes out to second base. Shortstop goes and covers it and saves the throwing error there. 2-1 to count now on Sam Goodman. Goodman with only 2 sacrifice bunts on here. Casey Bryant as a team has got 25, so it isn't something they do a lot of, not even averaging 1 a game. Big lead out second by Harris. There's a swing and a foul tip. Back to the screen. Evens the count 2-2. And Western Dubuque Bobcats, as a team, got 158 stolen bases. They get on first. I think they're going to steal a lot because this pitcher here has got kind of a real slow, deliberate leg kick, and that's why Calvin Harris took off when he did. He picks that up, and then when he brings it down, it's pretty slow and deliberate. There's a foul ball. Hits the screen beyond the first base. That count remains 2-2. As Goodman, the pitcher for the Bobcats, with a run out second, trying to drive in the first run of the game and help his own cause here. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball stays too high. 3-2. Bobcats 5 seniors, 4 juniors, and 1 sophomore in this starting lineup tonight for head coach Casey Bryant. Harris with the lead out at second. There's a fly ball hit to center field. Josh Hahn takes a few steps back. He catches it. Harris tagging up at second. He'll go into third, head first slide, and he'll be safe. So a fly ball to center field advances Harris to third base with 1 out. That'll bring up senior center fielder Damon Yeager. Yeager batting .347 on here, tied for the team lead with Harris. 41 hits in 118 at-bats, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs. Now they got the pinch runner, courtesy runner, I guess I should say. Can't see what his number is. We'll get it here for you in just a minute. The 2-digit number, I think it might be, does it look like number 12? Come on, man. 12 or 17, I think. Can't be 17 because that was Calvin himself. There, Damon Yeager swings at the first pitch. Leather high fastball, can't catch up with that. Strike 1. I think that looks like number 12. Pitch low in the dirt. Good block there by the kid. Nope, it's number 13, and that is Colin Hogan. So Colin Hogan, the courtesy runner for Calvin Harris. Down at third base with one out. Damon Yeager trying to knock in the first run of the game. 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside. 2-1. Mason Gersdorf, I'm not sure, is real happy with the strike zone he's getting here at this point. Doing a nice job trying to nip the corners. There's one high and inside. Yeager kind of backs out of the way. 3-1 the count. Bobcats ranked number 5 in the final rankings, 31-9 on the year. There's a ball outside, ball 4, so second walk of the inning. Puts runners at first and third. Kyle Lehman will come in, senior right fielder. Kyle Lehman batting .374 on the year, 40 hits and 107 at-bats, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 39 RBIs, second on the team in that category. So the catcher stands out front and gives the signals to his infield as wanted to be on the same page here, because I'd be a little shocked if Yeager doesn't take off for second base on his first pitch with this high leg kick that he's got. There goes Yeager taking that pitch all the way, throw down, and the second baseman cuts in front of him. Kind of a textbook play by most teams. Going to make it look like, and I don't give that a stolen base. If he threw that through and they tried to catch him at second base, I understand that. But when they didn't try to even throw him out, I would call that fielder's indifference, and the runner doesn't get a stolen base on that. Pitch is outside, 2-0 the count. So Gersdorf having a hard time trying to find that strike zone that the umpire is calling for him here right now. A walk, a stolen base, an advance on a fly on another walk. Has got runners at second and third. There's a called strike, 2-1 now to Lehman. So standing there, 2-1 the count. Big lead out at second. Breaking ball set back on the right up the middle. One run's coming in. And the runner, Yeager, at second had to hold to make sure it was through, but give Kyle Lehman an RBI single. And Western Dubuque takes the lead here 1-0. Yeager advances to third on the play. That'll bring up first baseman senior Zach Bierman. And there again, he's going to probably take this first pitch, allow Lehman to get to second. One out here. Zach Bierman, a D1 commit. He's going to go to Creighton, go to school out there and play baseball. Bierman, 38 hits and 122 at-bats, a .311 hitter on here. They're going to throw over to first just to see if maybe Lehman would take off a little too early, but he gets back easily. So Lehman at first, Yeager at third. Bobcats scored one here so far, and he doesn't go, which kind of surprises me. There's a breaking ball in there to Bierman, called strike one. Damon Yeager, 35 out of 36 on stolen bases, so it isn't like he's not a runner. See what he does here, still not going. There's a breaking ball low down in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Nick Fleming. Davenport Central defense, Zach Wirt in left, Josh Hahn in the center, Jake Mahon in right, David Canfield at third, Will Krantz at short, Aiden De La Rosa at second, Spencer Darland at first. Pitch is high and inside, 2-1. Catcher Nick Fleming and the pitcher Mason Gersdorf on the mound here to start for Davenport Central. Runners at first and third, one out. 2-1 pitch, fly ball down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble. The fair ball, one run's coming in. Runner first, round and third. He's good and waved in. Bierman's all the way over to third with a stand-up triple. Knocks in two. Yeager comes in and scores easily. Lehman on a three-base split. He scores easily standing up. So he hit that one hard and right down that right field line. So the two walks haunt him and come back in and score along with that single RBI single Lehman just had. So 3 runs on just 2 hits and those 2 walks. And they've got a runner third, still just 1 out. Sophomore designated hitter Sawyer Nauman is going to step in there. Nick Fleming, the catcher, is going out and talk to his pitcher and just try to settle him down there a little bit. Tell him just keep making some pitches here. And Western Dubuque Bobcats are sitting back there with the strike zones being called so far. They can sit back and just become hitters. First pitch fell high, swung and popped up in the infield. First baseman Spencer Darland camps under, and he'll catch it for out number 2. So Nauman pops up. That'll bring left fielder Casey Quagliano will step in there. Quagliano, 37 hits and 113 at bats, batting .327 on the year. Team Western Dubuque's batting .313 as a team. So to get it done, there's a swing and a foul back out of play. Western Dubuque, Class 4A, they are number 4 in runs scored amongst all the 4A schools of 287 in the 40 games, having a little over 7 a game. Breaking ball breaks low and away, 1-1 the count. They are number 1 in walks received with 204, and they got 2 more here tonight already. And they're number 4 in Class 4A in on-base percentage at .448. So offensively, doing a nice job of getting it done. There's another swing and a foul back out of play. Quagliano behind in the count now, 1-2. Pitching stat-wise, they're number 1 in Class 4A with team ERA with a 1.92 earned run average. Number 4 in Class 4A with strikeouts, 282. 1-2 pitch is a little too low, 2-2 now on Quagliano. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball hit down to third baseman. Canfield picks it up, throws over to first in time for out number 3. Bobcats scored 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. Score after 1 complete. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. So the Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to Farley City Park, Class 4A Substate 4 Baseball. Western Dubuque with a 3-0 lead after 1 inning, leading off the top of the second inning. Aiden De La Rosa takes the first pitch, a ground ball to the first baseman. Zach Bierman makes a nice play out, steps on first for out number 1. Spencer Darland steps in there now, fouls the first one back over our head. 1 strike. There's just a little soft line drive. Hit down to the third baseman, Casey Perinow. He'll get it for out number 2. And that'll bring up senior catcher Nick Fleming. Nick Fleming, 21 hits and 84 at-bats, batting .250 on the year. 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 9 RBIs. So he'll step in and try to become the first base runner for Davenport Central. Breaking ball right in there, called strike 1. Sam Goodman, 7 pitches in the first inning. I think he's up to 4. This will be his 5th one this inning. He's already got 2 outs, so doing a nice job finding that strike zone. That pitch a little bit outside, 1-1 to count on Fleming. Central Davenport, 8 seniors and 2 juniors in the starting lineup. Breaking ball, dropped down a little bit on the side, popped that right in there. Good looking pitch, 1-2. The count now on Fleming. Another breaking ball on that stage, just a little too high. Goodman says, well, that's right where the last one was, but apparently it wasn't. 2-2 the count. Snaps off a really good breaking ball there. 52 2/3 innings pitch. Fastball well outside. Calvin Harris has to reach outside for quite a ways, backhand it. Now full count on Nick Fleming. There's fastball right in there called strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Goodman this inning, but 3 up, 3 down again for Davenport Central. Here at the top of the second. Score after 1.5. Western Dubuque 3. Davenport Central 0. Yours in a Class 4A Substate Baseball on KMCH. And welcome back to Farley City Park. Class 4A, Substate 4. Baseball on KMCH tonight. Bill Logan along with Jeff Harris doing some pitch count work here for me. Austin West back in the studio doing the controls so we can bring you high school baseball on KMCH tonight. Heading into the bottom of the second inning, leading off will be the number 8 hitter, senior shortstop, Matt Myers. Matt will step in there. First pitch is swung on a foul, back out of play. Matt Myers, 27 hits and 97 at bats, a .278 batting average, 23 runs scored, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 16 RBIs, walked 14 times. Takes that pitch in there, called strike 2. Mason Giersdorf looking on that one now. He looks like, now you give me that strike. I think he wanted a few more of those pitches called a strike in that first inning. Breaking ball, it hits him. He tried to snap that off inside, but didn't get enough break on it, so that's going to hit Matt Myers. For Matt Myers, hit by a pitch. That's the 6th time he's been hit by a pitch this year, but first inning they got a leadoff walk and came around and scored, and we talk high school baseball, high school softball all the time. It's a very high percentage when that leadoff runner gets on, especially on a walk or a hit batter, that they come around and score. But over the number 9 hitter, junior second baseman Ben Bryant scores around the bunt, pulls the bat back. Low, ball 1. Ben Bryant, 19 hits and 92 at bats, batting .207 on the year. Only 1 sacrifice bunt on the year. So the first dives back in easily. Matt Myers with 5 stolen base in 5 attempts this year, so it's something he's done a lot of. Does not take off. Scores around the bunt, pulls the bat back. The ball is getting too high. That's kind of textbook batting right there. There's too many kids that score around the bunt. They'll just bunt that pitch wherever it's at. That's a great pitch as a pitcher. I want to keep the ball elevated a little bit, see if I can get you to bunt it and pop it up. So good execution by the pitcher and the batter there. 2-0 pitch. Does not score around the bunt this time, but takes it low and away. 3-0. Danger of getting the number 8 and 9 hitters in the Bobcat lineup on base to set up the top of that potent top of the order for the Bobcats. Myers getting his lead at first. 3-0 scores around the bunt, just takes that all the way. And have no intention of doing anything with that except taking and seeing another pitch right in there called strike 1. So Brian will step back in there. 3-1 on the count. Nobody away here in the bottom of inning number 2. scores away to bunt. Then he did kind of the Cardinal thing. He went after a pitch a little too low and just kind of chopped at it. Fouls it back out of towards the backstop. Catcher can't spot it, so it'll just be a foul ball, strike 2. So now Bryant steps back in there. 3-2 pitch will be coming Mason Gersdorf. See if the runner's going. He is not going on 3-2 pitch. Took that thing, and he thought it was ball 4. Throws the bat towards the dugout, but umpire says that was on the outside corner, called strike 3. So Gersdorf finally likes that strike zone, and he gets the call that time. Strikeout number 1. And that'll bring the top of the lineup up to Calvin Harris. He walked, and his courtesy runner came in and scored on the RBI single by Lehman. So Harris will step in there from the left-hand side of the plate. 3 Bobcats tied with the team lead on hits now. Yeager, Harris, and Lehman all with 41 hits on the year. Harris takes that first pitch, ball 1. And a very good eye, and as I said before, he's got 45 walks on here. There's a swing and a foul back out of play. I'm sure some of them have been intentional walks through the summertime, but when you got a good eye in there, too, you're not going to probably swing at too many bad pitches. Strikeouts, he's only struck out 4 times all year long, so he's pretty good with the stick, putting the ball in play. Myers gets the lead at first, 1 out. Check swing, a nice pitch on that inside corner by Mason Gersdorf. 1-2 to count now on Harris. Western Dubuque trying to advance to the state summer tournament for the 5th time. And, for all you old people, you got to understand, years ago, there was a spring baseball and a fall baseball. Back in 1971 and 72, they qualified for the fall state tournament. If you look in the manual, it says it qualified 4 times. Fly ball out to right fielder Jake Mahon. He'll catch it for out number 2. Myers will retreat back to first. Sam Goodman will come up. He flied out to the center fielder his first time up. Casey Bryant's led this team to the state tournament 4 times. Back in 05 in Class 3A, they lost first round to Xavier 8-2. 06 in 3A, they lost the final. They got second place. They lost to Xavier 10-2. And then in 2012, they lost the semifinal game to Dallas Center Grimes 12-2. And then last year in Class 4A, they lost in the semifinal to Urbandale 7-3. And then Urbandale went on and won the state tournament last year in Class 4A. So they've been there 4 times under head coach Casey Bryant, but 2 of them back in 71 and 72 in fall baseball. Bunt foul there by Goodman, which kind of a little weird to think with two outs up there, but try to see if he can catch the defense. Breaking ball stays too high. 1-1 to count on Goodman. Western Dubuque scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. Got the leadoff runner here hit by pitch. Now there's a wild pitch, goes all the way to the backstop. Matt Myers will advance to second base on that wild pitch. Now Sam Goodman with an opportunity at base hit to see if he can knock in a run here. Beautiful, beautiful evening here tonight in Farley. Nice crowd here. Good contingent of Davenport Central fans made it up here tonight. There's a fastball, stays high, 3-1. Davenport Central has qualified for the state tournament 12 times. Overall, they've got a 13-11 record. They were there in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and a few times here. There's a base hit out to the left fielder. They're going to send him. Oh, they're going to hold him. And the shortstop cut it off. So the guy around it, when he stopped, he slid. Just kind of laying there, but couldn't get the ball over there in time. So Matt Myers will stop at third on the single to left by Sam Goodman. The runners at first and second, 2 out. And the number 3 hitter, Damon Yeager, is going to step in there. He walked his first time up and came around, scored on the 2-run triple by Zach Bierman. So catcher stands out front and gives his infield the signals as the runner's on first and third. If he takes off for second, what's our defensive strategy here? Throws over to first. Goodman gets back in easily. Takes off for second, stumbles a little bit, so he stops and comes back. Catcher was getting ready to toss it down there, and if he'd have tossed it to first, they probably would have had him. Goodman stumbled, and then probably smart decision, turned around and came back as a pitch with a called strike to Yeager. Now he takes off, and there's a little ground ball to the left to third baseman, picks it up, throws over to first. Scooped there by the first baseman, and he gets it. Umpire calls him out. There's a nice play at first by Spencer Darlin, digging it out for out number 3. So the Bobcats, no runs, they hit, no errors, 2 left on. Score after 2 complete. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. And welcome back into Farley City Park. Davenport Central leads off here in the top of the third inning. Number 8 hitter, Zach Word, reaching for the left fielder, Colby Zank. Takes the first pitch, hits it out to the shortstop, Matt Myers. Picks it up, makes a throw over to first. A little high throw. Zach Bierman has to stretch a little bit, and he gets it just in time to retire Word for out number 1. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Jake Mahon, the right fielder, will step in there. First pitch is high, ball 1. So Davenport Central looking for their first base runner here yet tonight. 7 up, 7 down. Only 1 strikeout, so some good defense being played. There's a pitch swung on and fouled over the screen, out of play, strike 1. So infield just about covered with shadows here. Now there's a breaking pitch. Snapped that right in there. He's got that pitch working well for him tonight. 1-2 to count. Now on Mahon. 1-2 pitch swung on a miss. Strike 3. Can't catch up with that fastball. Strikeout number 2 for Goodman. Be the second out here in the top of the third. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, David Canfield. Canfield, senior third baseman. Canfield, 13 hits and 66 at-bats, batting 197. Team Davenport Central batting 273. And leads the first pitch off. Fastball in there called strike 1. There's a pop fly hit out into medium center field. Damon Yeager goes over and he'll catch it for out number 3. So again, 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the third for Davenport Central. Score after 2.5. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. You're going to the Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. 23 pitches through 3 innings. Hoofda. Coach Alive can't like that. Holy crap, he's taking more warm-up pitches down here than he has. you know, and I would teach kids, you know, look for that fastball first pitch because there ain't a pitcher around. I don't care who it is. If it's in the minor leagues or major leagues, I don't care. As a pitcher, what do you want to do? Bill Logan back at Farley City Park, leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Western Dubuque Bobcats. Number 4 hitter, senior right fielder Kyle Lehman will step in there. Takes the first 2 pitches out of the zone, 2-0 the count. He had an RBI single to center field his first time up. There's a swing and a miss at that pitch. Nice pitch in there by Mason Gersdorf. Gave up 3 runs on 2 hits in that first inning. Had a couple of walks, and they both came around and scored. And walks will hurt you in this game. There's a breaking ball. Stays too high and outside. 3-1 to count. Lehman, a senior, tied for the team lead with 41 hits, as does Damon Yeager and Calvin Harris. Takes the 3-1 pitch in there, called strike 2, so going to try to battle back, see if he can put Lehman in the books here. Pitch is on the inside corner, second time tonight. The Bobcats have thought it was ball 4, and they toss the bat over third base dugout. The umpire calls it strike 3. Umpires don't like that. They'll keep that in their mind. That's the second time it's happened. Strikeout number 2 for Gersdorf, and that's going to bring up Zach Bierman. He had a 2-run triple down the right field line his last time up. Nice breaking ball in there, called strike 1. Bierman going to Creighton to school and to play baseball this fall. Sam Goodman going down to the University of Iowa, and Calvin Harris a year from now will go to Ole Miss. So 3 D1 players on this Bobcat team. 1-1 to count now on Bierman. Another good breaking ball, drops that right in there. Bierman's, geez, that was a good pitch. I think he stood there thinking maybe he's going to get hit by it, but did a nice job of snapping it off right in there. Gersdorf looking a lot more comfortable here after that first inning when he had a couple walks. There's a swing and a foul ball back out of play. Beautiful, beautiful evening here in Farley. 79 degrees currently here in Farley. Just a little light breeze. There's another called strike 3. And Gersdorf's finding that strike zone to his liking here now. A couple walks in that first inning, and you could tell by his mannerisms that he wasn't trying to figure out where that umpire was going to call the strike zone at, but he's got it figured out now and dialed in. He struck out 3 here now, and that'll bring up Sawyer Nauman. He popped out to the first baseman his first time up. That pitch stays a little bit too high, ball 1. Nauman DHing for the third baseman, Casey Perenal. The 1-0 pitch, again, a little bit too high with that fastball. 2-0 the count. Pitches racking up on Mason. He had 30 pitches in the first inning, 20 in the second inning. Pitches racking up. There's a fly ball, routine center field. Josh Hand will come in. He'll catch it. So 3 up, 3 down for the Bobcats here in the bottom third inning. Score after 3 complete. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to Farley City Park. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0 after 3 innings, leading off the top of the fourth. The leadoff hitter, Josh Hand, grounded out to second his first time up, takes the first 2 pitches, both of them in there for called strikes. The left-handed hitter behind 0-2. Fastball, tried to sneak that by him, but a fly ball going to go land over in the crowd beyond the third base dugout there. In a huge crowd here. A lot of people standing and sitting on the hill, on the grass hills around here. The bleacher section behind home plate, about 98% full. There's a few empty seats there that somebody could squeeze in. Nice crowd over here behind the first base dugout. So State's got to like the gate money that they're going to get out of this one. Pitch low in the dirt, ball 1. Sam Goodman so far, pitching a whale of a contest here, has had 23 pitches in the first 3 innings. There's a pitch, a little check swing on the inside corner called strike 3. Hand didn't like the call. He'll walk back to the dugout. Strikeout number 3 by Goodman. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, senior shortstop, Will Kranz. Kranz, 24 out of 86, 279 hitter, steps in there. He flied out to the center fielder, Yeager, his first time up. Got underneath that curveball a little bit and stayed too high. 1-0. I'm not sure that that's probably the release point that he wanted there, but 1-0 the count. There's another fly ball out to the center fielder, Yeager. Goes over to his left and right center field, makes a nice routine catch. 4 out, number 2. And that'll bring up the pitcher, junior Mason Giersdorf. He lined out on a soft line drive to the first baseman his first time up. So he'll step in there to see if he can get a base hit off his counterpart here. Goodman's first pitch, breaking ball, breaks too far outside. Ball 1. 11 outs here recorded so far, 3 strikeouts, the other 8 fly balls and ground balls, so good defense. There's a check saying, I was going to say he went way too far. Home plate umpire didn't call it, but he appealed to the first base umpire. That was an easy call there. 1-1 to count on Giersdorf. 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. There's a swing and a foul tip, but I think it went off the umpire's mask. As the catcher, Calvin Harris, is going to do the quality thing. He turns around and gets the ball from the umpire, and then he walks it out on the mound and talks to good pitcher Sam Goodman. I got him in the shoulder. He's kind of rotating that thing around a little bit. That just kind of stung him a little bit there, but that's just what you do. You give the umpire a little time. If the catcher got it, the umpire would do the reverse. He'd kind of clean home plate and that kind of stuff. So a lot of class there by Calvin Harris giving the umpire there a little breather, but he says, come on, let's go. I'm all right. I'll have a bruise tomorrow maybe, but I'm all right so far now. So 1-2 to count to Giersdorf. Takes that pitch. Whew, that's a pretty good pitch. Goodman's walking off the mound, third baseman Perino. He was walking to the third base dugout, but umpire says, nope, that's 2-2. The count now. So Giersdorf go, good, that's a strike that I haven't been getting, so he shouldn't get it either. And just grazed him on that, so Giersdorf will become the first base runner on a 2-2 pitch. Hits him with that breaking ball. First base runner. That'll bring up the number 4 hitter, senior second baseman, Aiden De La Rosa. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. So Goodman, for the first time tonight, is going to have to work from the stretch, and we'll see how that works for him. He hasn't been able to just go his full windup stretch that time. Curveball down in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Harris to save a wild pitch. 1-0 to count. De La Rosa steps back in there. Giersdorf gets his lead at first base. De La Rosa, one hopper here right back to Goodman. He'll try it over there now. He's just going to walk all the way over there and step on first base himself. So don't see that too many times in the scorebook. The 0-1U, pitcher unassisted for out number 3. That'll be halfway through. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. Welcome back to beautiful, beautiful Farley City Park here. Class 4A Substate Baseball. Peyton Quagliano comes up to bat, leading it off. First pitch swings on and misses badly, and he makes up for it the next pitch. Hits a line shot by the third baseman down the left field line for a leadoff single. Fourth hit of the game for Western Dubuque. Leadoff batter on. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, senior shortstop Matt Myers. He was hit by a pitch his first time leading off the second inning. So Gersdorf will step in there now. Runner at first, nobody out. Squared around the bunt. The infield comes in. First baseman and third baseman both coming in. Shortstop rotating over to second. Second baseman's got to hurry in a hurry to get over here to cover first. He's not cheating too much from where he's standing right now. 1-0 to count on Myers. There he butts up the first baseline, but it's going to be hard enough. The first baseman, Spencer Darwin, picks it up and tags him as he comes up the line, but he did his job. Peyton Quagliano over to second with 1 out. And they'll bring up the number 9 hitter, second baseman Ben Bryant. Bryant was called out on strikes this first time up on a 3-2 pitch that he thought was ball 4. So the first pitch to Bryant, a breaking pitch. Bryant kind of turns. So if it didn't break, he's going to hit him in the back, but it broke, but not in the strike zone. Stays a little too high. 1-0 to Bryant. Quagliano getting an average lead at second base. Fastball low and away. 2-0. Bryant steps back. The catcher calls time as the pitcher is going to shake his head there a little bit. Head coach Chris Carty is going out there and having a little chat with him. And we talked about it off air, Jeff Harris, that he's mounting up pitches. He had 64 in 3 innings, and he's got 6 more here, so he's all the way up to 70 pitches already. So you can pitch 110 or a few more than that, depending upon once you get to that, you can finish the batter that you're at. And they probably had a few pitchers that got burned up in Monday night's victory. The top 2 pitchers, innings-wise, Anthony Smith and Donnie Gestel, they're 2 leading pitchers as far as starts and ERA go. Neither one of them even in the starting lineup here, so who knows how many pitches they've got. I guess I didn't look. I probably should have. Cardinal mistake of not doing that. Except I got it right here. I did look it up. I just didn't have it with me. There's a long fly ball down the left field line. Going to drop in front of the 330 sign out there in foul territory. And Zach Wirt went over and gave it a look, but can't catch up to it. Let me tell you here, now that I flip my pages here, I did write that down, so I did do some good homework today. Will Fleming pitched. He only had 16 innings. He pitched 1 inning with 34 pitches. And then Anthony Smith, he's got 55 innings pitched. He went 3 innings with 53 pitches. And then Donnie Gestel, the second leader, with pitch. There's a base hit out in the left field, gets by the shortstop. Quagliano gets held up at third as he kind of had the hold. But Ben Bryant's going to get a single. 5th hit of the game for Western Dubuque. Gestel pitched 33 innings. So they both got some pitches, and I'd be a little surprised if he doesn't come out here pretty quick and bring in one of those 2 guys, because they've got some pitches that they're going to be able to throw. Runners at first and third, 1 out, and with that single, I'm going to roll around top of the lineup for Calvin Harris. It'll be his 3rd time. He walked, and his courtesy runner scored the first run of the game back in the bottom first inning, and he flied out to the right fielder in the second inning. So a chance to add some runs to the board here. Pitch inside as he backs out of the way. 1-0 the count. Calvin Harris, 41 hits and 97 at bats, 423 batting average. Left-hander, this is his 4th year starting. He's been starting for the Bobcats since his 8th grade year. Curveball drops that right in there, called strike 1. 1-1 to count. A junior this year, committed to Ole Miss 2 years ago, I believe it was, as his freshman year. There was a throw over to first. Bryant gets back in easily. 1-1 to count. Harris steps back in again, a throw over to first. Saw something the other night, Jeff, I haven't seen in all the baseball scoreboards in Eastern Iowa that I've been to over the years. Down at Van Horn last night, they've got pitch. Oh, that's going to hit somebody, and it did. That's just like in the major leagues. They're all standing yet, but major leagues, that's just a line shot right over the dugout into a bunch of people standing there, and I think they did. I think they got their hand up and blocked it. So nobody dropped, but that was a line shot. So good thing everybody's okay over there. 1-2 the count. There's a swing and a miss on football. Strikes out Harris, and that's only the fifth time all year long that he struck out. So Gersdorf's got to put himself in that category. I'm one of the pitchers that got to strike him out. That'll be out number 2, and they'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Sam Goodman, flying out to center, and then he singled to left in that second inning. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. A little surprised they don't have more of a safety net over that third base dugout. They got it here on the third base dugout. There's a deep fly ball, left center fielder Josh Hand going over there. He'll make a nice running catch to deep left center field for out number 3. Saved 2 runs with that nice running catch, so no runs on 2 hits. Score after 4 complete. Western Dubuque 3, Davenport Central 0. You listen to Class 4A State Baseball from KMCH Sports. Bill Oden walking you back to Farley City Park, top of inning number 5, leading off for Davenport Central. Number 5 hitter, first baseman Spencer Darlin. He lined out on just a little soft line drive to the third baseman his first time up. First pitch was a curveball, dropped right in there. Nice pitch for strike 1. There was a swing and a foul back into the screen. Darlin behind now in the count 0-2. Curveball in there, pops up over in front of the third base dugout. Darrow now goes over there, almost overruns it, but he'll catch it right in front of the third base dugout by about 3-4 steps for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher, Nick Fleming. Goodman pitching a whale of a game here right now. Through 4 innings, he's only got 37 pitches, so averaging about 9 pitches an inning. And then if you can have 1 inning with 9 pitches, that's a pretty good inning. And he's averaging 9 for 4 innings. That's an outstanding number. Curveball broke down and away, but Fleming can't hold up. He'll swing and miss for strike 1. Fleming was one of 3 strikeout victims here so far. Breaks another curveball off that one right in there for a strike. 0-2 to count. And very, very good control of that strike zone here tonight as he's been breaking that curveball in there 4 strikes most of the time. Dropped down a little side on him, breaking ball One hopper here right back to him, picks it up, tosses over to first base Bierman for out number 2. And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, designated hitter Zach Wirt, grounded out to short, leading off the 3rd inning. He'll DH for the left fielder, Colby Zank. So Wirt will step in there with 2 outs, nobody on. And there's a ground ball to the left to Bryant. Snares it, picks it up, throws over to first. 3 up, 3 down here for Davenport Central on the top of the 5th. Score after 4.5. Western Dubuque 3. Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball with KFCA Sports. And welcome back into Farley City Park. Bottom of the 5th inning, leading off will be number 3 hitter Damon Yeager, but we've got a pitching change for Davenport Central. As the pitcher Mason Giersdorf is going to go to short. The shortstop Will Krantz will be the new pitcher here at the beginning of the 5th inning. So pitcher shortstop flip-flop here. Will Krantz, a senior, his 12th appearance. First pitch, a line shot hit out to left field. Wirt will pick it up and throw it in on the first hop. So rudely greeted by Yeager with a base hit. Krantz, his 12th appearance, 1-1 record on here, 15 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 13 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned, 3.13 earned run average, 8 walks, 7 hit batters, 11 strikeouts. So Yeager with the leadoff single. That'll bring up Kyle Lehman. He had an RBI single out to center field his first time up and was called out on strikes, leading off the 3rd. That pitch is ball 1. There goes the runner, steals second and throw down. Good throw, and they're going to get him out. And that's going to be catcher Nick Fleming throwing to the shortstop, Mason Giersdorf. And they'll throw out Damon Yeager trying to steal. And that's only the 2nd time all year long he's been thrown out. He's 35 out of 36 coming into tonight. But just a perfect throw there by the catcher Fleming. There's a long shot right center field. And that's out of here. As Kyle Lehman got all that one. I wasn't sure it was going to stay high enough long enough as he hit that one hard. But a solo home run by Lehman. For Lehman, that's his 3rd home run of the year. His 40th RBI as he takes over the team lead in RBIs. So Lehman with the solo home run makes the score now 4-0 in favor of Western Dubuque Bobcats. That'll bring up Zach Bierman. He had a 2-run triple down the right field line his first time up, and then he was called out on strikes back in that 3rd inning as well. Breaking ball is lowered away. 1-0 the count. Bierman going to Creighton. 39 hits on the year and 124 at-bats. 1-1 the count. There's a nice breaking ball by Krantz. Drops it right in there, called strike 2. 1-2 the count. Pitch is in the dirt. Nice scoop behind the plate by Nick Fleming. Krantz working pretty quickly out there in that mound. He gets the ball, gets the signal, he's ready to go. There's a swing and a foul back behind the plate. The home plate umpire says, don't worry about it, I got it. So he goes over, picks it up, because only a few steps behind him umpiring. 2-2 count. Now Bierman. Breaking ball almost took a swing at it, but a good eye held up on it, and the pitch drops low and away. 3-2 now to Bierman. 3-2 pitch, fastball low in the dirt. Ball 4. Be the third walk of the game. 2 walks in the first 3 batters. Both of them came around to score. So we'll see what the Bobcats can do with this walk. A 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Sawyer Nauman. He popped out to the first baseman and flied to center his first 2 times up. DHing for the third baseman, Casey Perinow. First pitch is low in the dirt, ball 1. So Bierman, the runner at first, with the 1-out walk, Yeager led off the inning with a single, but then he was thrown out second, trying to steal second. Lehman follows with a deep home run in the right center field. That pitch low in the dirt. To Nauman, 2-0 the count. A new pitcher this inning, Will Krantz, and the Western Dubuque Bobcats roughing him up here a little bit. 2 hits and a walk here so far. Thought about going that pitch high and inside. 3-0. Krantz gets the signal. 3-0 pitch. Right in there, called strike 1. Sun's pretty well down here now. Light's taking effect here. Game an hour and 4 minutes old here so far. Pitch low and inside. Ball 4. Back to back. 1-out walk. Splits runners at first and second. Peyton Quagliano will come up to bat. He grounded out his first time up, and then he singled leading off the 4th inning. Got as far as 3rd before the Bobcats were retired. Bobcats 3 runs in the first, 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Time being called as head coach Casey Bryant looks like maybe he's going to send somebody in to run for Nauman. DH, and it might be Casey. He's DHing for him. Well, Zach Butcher going to be the runner for Sawyer Nauman. So Butcher, the runner at first, Bierman out at second. 1 out. And Quagliano steps in there, swinging and fouls the first pitch back over our head out of play. 1 strike to count. Bobcats 4 runs on 7 hits here so far tonight. That pitch curveball blown away, gets away from the catcher as that was well out of his reach. Tried to backhand it. Got a little glove on it, but it went off to his right. Both runners will advance to second and third here now. Still just 1 out. Quagliano count 1-1. Looking to get something that maybe he can drive. He had a single down the left field line his last time up. There's fly ball, shallow right field, right down the right field line. Right fielder Mahon coming over. Can't make the play, but it drops in foul territory. So everybody will have to retreat back. Bierman back to third. Butcher back to second. And Quagliano comes back. On deck hitter Ben Bryant picks up the bat. Hands it to him. Excuse me, it's Matt Myers. So Krantz will get back in there. 1-2 count. His pitch is low in the dirt. Big block there by Nick Fleming. Wild pitch there, and the runner comes in and scores from third, so saved a run there. Krantz wants a different ball there. Umpire takes a look at it. He's going to oblige him here. Take that one. It's not like the major leagues where you get a new one every time you throw one in the dirt. 2-2 the count to Quagliano. There's a foul right off the end of the bat, out in front of that one just a little bit. Dribbles over right to the fence over in front of us here between home and first base dugout. 2-2 remains the count to Quagliano. That pitch, curveball drops out in front of the plate, hits the backstop, and Bierman will come in easily and score on that wild pitch. Butcher advances to third on the play. Second run this inning, 5-0 the score now for Western Dubuque. That was one of those curveballs that the catcher didn't have a chance on that one. Hit the front of the plate and then bounced past him. 3-2 pitch, a little ground ball to third baseman. Canfield picks it up, little throw to first. First baseman makes a nice catch to retire the runner at first for out number 2. Runner at third. Butcher had to hold on the play. There's a third baseman right in front of him. So 2 outs, runner at third. That'll bring up Matt Myers. He led off the second inning being hit by a pitch and advanced as far as third, and then he grounded out to the first base his last time up. So pitches inside, brushes him back, 1-0 the count. Bobcats 3 in the first, 2 here in the bottom of the fifth for their 5-0 lead. Fly ball over the third base dugout, well out of play out in front of that one. Evens the count at 1. There's a fly ball. Center fielder Josh Hahn goes over and he'll catch it easily out in deep center field. So the Bobcats 2 runs on 2 more hits. 1 left on. The score after 5 complete. Western Dubuque 5, Davenport Central 0. Steelers in the Class 4A Substate Baseball, KMCH. And welcome back to Farley City Park. Bobcats 5, Davenport Central Blue Devils 0. Top of the 6th inning, leading off will be the number 8 hitter, Jake Mahon. He's behind in the count now, 0-2. He was a strikeout victim his first time up, and Goodman just firing back and going right after him. Swinging a miss. 3-pitch strikeout there, leading off the top of the 6th inning. 4th strikeout of the game by Goodman. Through 5 innings, he's only thrown 44 pitches. So very, very efficient, excellent job here tonight commanding that strike zone. Now bring up the number 9 hitter, David Canfield. He flied out to center his first time up. Fastball again, right in there for a called strike. And if I'm a Blue Devil, I'm sitting there right now dead red on a fastball that first pitch because there's been a lot of first pitch strikes here tonight. Curveball swung on a miss, 0-2. And he's snapping that curveball off with a lot of movement on tonight. They haven't really been able to catch up with that as well. So Goodman looking outstanding here. Look good in that black and gold uniform down in Iowa City next year. 0-2 pitch. Ooh. Looks like a pretty good pitch here. Calvin Harris thought was pretty good. He's ready to toss it down to third and throw it around the infield there, but called apparently a little bit outside. 1-2 the count. Goodman's into the windup. Throws that, drops down a little bit sidearm, and every time he's done that, he's not been able to throw that pitch for a strike tonight. He's done that probably 4 or 5 times. Pitch is well outside, 2-2 to count to Canfield. Fastball swung on the ground ball. The first baseman, Bierman, goes over and gets it. Was going to toss it to Goodman, but he wasn't maybe over there as quick as he thought. So Bierman thought, I better just hustle over to myself. So he hustles over there, steps on first for the 3-2 unassisted for out number 2. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Josh Hand. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to second and was called out on strikes. Left-handed hitter for the Blue Devils. So 2 away here at the top of the 6th. First pitch, fly ball down the left field line. Left fielder Quagliano comes in, makes a nice diving catch. That a big hit written off there. Quagliano says, I'm just going to dive for it. He makes a catch, third base umpire running down the line. And easily to see that, what a play out of the left field by Peyton Quagliano for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down again for the Blue Devils here at the top of the 6th. Score after 5.5. Western Dubuque 5. Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports.
Tonight's a great.
Bill Logan, welcome you back to Farley City Park. Western Dubuque Bobcats sub-state game here. Winner goes to Des Moines next week. The loser season comes to an end. Bobcats with a 5-0 lead here, bottom of the 6th inning. Ben Bryant leads it off a full roller down to the third baseman. Canfield comes in and picks it up, makes a nice running throw. They're good throw, but not in time, as Bryant's going to get down baseline in a hurry and get the infield single, his second hit of the game. 8th hit of the night for the Bobcats. But more important, that's that number 9 hitter getting on base to set that top of the order up. Calvin Harris is going to come in. Calvin walked in the first inning. His courtesy runner Hogan scored the first run of the game. Then he flied out to center field or right field, and then he struck out swinging his last time up. And that's just the 5th strikeout of the year by Harris. Takes up first pitch, ball 1. So Will Krantz in his second inning relief here. Mason Gersdorf went the first 4. Pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batter, 78 pitches. That pitch is low, 2-0 the count. So Bobcats trying to stretch this 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch is low in the dirt, bounce off front of the plate. The runner, Bryant's going to take off for second. He'll slide in head first safely as a throw down there, not in time. So a wild pitch by Krantz lets Bryant advance to second. 3-0 the count now on Calvin Harrison. They're just going to finish intentionally walking him, which probably the wise thing to do. That's what I'm saying. He's got 46 walks on the year, and a lot of them are probably of that variety, I would assume. That puts runners at first and second. The number 2 hitter, Sam Goodman, will step in. Goodman flied to center his first time up, singled in the second, and flied out to center in the 4th. So 1 for 3 tonight for Goodman. Runners at first and second, nobody out. A little squeeze bunt or sacrifice bunt right out in front of the plate. Throw down there, hits Goodman, and it goes ball on the first baseman. So an error. 1 run's coming in. Another run's coming in. And Goodman's headed all the way over to third, and he's going to slide in head first. on a perfect bunt. We went about 10 feet out in front of the plate, but the pitcher had to come all the way in and get it as Nick Fleming didn't make it out there. So that'll be a sacrifice and a throwing error, and both runs score, make the score now 7-0. And they put a courtesy runner in for the pitcher, Goodman. Number 12 is Michael Kraft, the courtesy runner for Goodman. So 2 more runs here in the 6th, score now 7-0. Davenport Central infield all in on the grass here. They can't afford to give up any more runs. Throwing error, that's the first error of the game by either team. A high chopper hit over the pitcher's mound, but the shortstop goes over and gets it. Throws Jaeger out at first. The runner, Kraft, has to hold at third. So 1 out. Kyle Lehman will step in there. Lehman 2 for 3. He had a RBI single in the first inning and was called out on strikes in the third. And a big solo home run last inning. So 2 for 3 tonight, 2 RBIs. Another opportunity for an RBI out there. And that first pitch is low in the dirt. Ball 1. Gearsdorf went the first 4. This is a second inning relief by Will Krantz. There's a nice sharp line drive hit on right center field. Center fielder Jake Hand goes over and catches the runner. Kraft tags at third. He'll come in and score. So F8 sacrifice fly knocks in his 3rd run of the game. Score now 8-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Base is empty, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Zach Bierman. Bierman's 1 for 2. 2-run triple in the first inning, called out on strikes in the third, and then walked and scored the last inning. First pitch, fly ball to the center fielder, Hand. He's going to go over to his left a little bit, and he'll catch it for out number 3. But the Bobcats scored 3 more runs in the bottom of the 6th. Score after 6 complete. Western Dubuque 8, Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. Bill Logan back in Farley City Park. Top of the 7th inning, Davenport Central down 8-0. Leading off will be the number 2 hitter, relief pitcher. He started as shortstop, Will Krantz. He's 0 for 2 so far. Applied out center fielder both times. Little ground ball here right back to the pitcher. Picks it up, tosses over to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Mason Gearsdorf. Starting pitcher, now he's over shortstop, lined out to the first baseman on a soft line drive his first time up, and then he was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning. Goodman pitching an outstanding game there again. He breaks that curveball right in there for called strike. He had 53 pitches through the first 6 innings, 9 pitches an inning. A phenomenal inning by any stretch, and he's averaging that. There's a curveball, fly ball out to the right fielder, Kyle Lehman. Takes a few steps back, and he'll catch that for out number 2. So Davenport Central down to their final out. Not going to give him the broadcaster jinx, but Goodman's got a good game going here. I'll bring up the number 4 hitter, second baseman Aiden De La Rosa. Grounded out to first and grounded back to the pitcher. So Goodman trying to complete this shutout here, 8-0 lead here so far. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning, looking for their 5th trip to the state tournament. Back in 05, 06, 12, and 18. Last year they lost in the semifinals to Urbandale, who went on to win the state championship. First pitch is ball 1. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 to count. Goodman drops on that curveball again. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Possibly the last strike here. Western Dubuque dugout all on that chain link in the beginning. Get far enough ready to hop over that chain link and come out and celebrate the state tournament berth. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Western Dubuque Bobcats are all huddled out on the pitcher's mound as they just punched their ticket down to Des Moines next week with 8-0 victory over Davenport Central here tonight. Nobody's gotten on the ground yet. They're all trying to stay on the feet. No, they're holding it. One almost headed there, but they're holding him up. Don't want to pile on and get somebody hurt, but they're awfully excited out there. So congratulations to the Western Dubuque Bobcats as they win tonight 8-0 here. We'll take a quick time out, add up some totals, and we'll be back. Western Dubuque 8, Davenport Central 0. You're listening to Class 4A Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. Back into Farley City Park here. The Western Dubuque Bobcats have just punched their ticket to the Principal Park in Des Moines to the state baseball tournament. Class 4A will play next Wednesday, July 31st. They won't know the pairings on that till tomorrow. They get together with the 8 teams that make it tonight, and they'll see it amongst the coaches. That'll be out tomorrow. The 1A, 2A who played last night, their brackets are out today before noon, so I would expect mid-morning tomorrow morning at 3 and 4A brackets being out, but they'll play either 11 or 1:30 or 4:30 and 7 next Wednesday. So congratulations to the Western Dubuque Bobcats head coach Casey Bryant with their 5th trip down to the state tournament here. They were down there in 05. They lost first round to Cedar Rapids Xavier 8-2. They went again in 06 and got second place, lost the championship game to Xavier 10-2. They went down in 2012, lost the semifinal game to Dallas Center Grimes 12-2. Those were all in 3A. And then last year they qualified in Class 4A and went down and lost the semifinal game to Urbandale 7-3, who went on to win the state championship. So they got a little chip on their shoulder. Want to go back again this year, which they just qualified for, and see if they can win it all here. They're ranked number 5. That was victory number 32 on the year for the Bobcats. The other sub-states tonight, Waukee was at Urbandale. Ankeny was at Des Moines Roosevelt. Southeast Polk was at Ankeny Centennial. Prairie was at Iowa City West. Pleasantville was at Linn-Mar. Valley Des Moines was at Dowling Catholic. And Indianola was at Johnston. So I would expect that if things would go like that, the Bobcats probably would get maybe like a number 4 or 5 seed, probably. But we'll see what the brackets come out with tomorrow. But congratulations to the Bobcats. So they got their team picture taken with their state qualifier banner. Now they're out in left field having a chat with the coaches. And we'll see if there's any other scores that I can come up with here that have happened here tonight. Let's see here. Class 3M, ADM Adel 3, Harlan 1. The only 3A score it's in so far. The only score that's been reported so far. But you can tune in this website probably mid-morning tomorrow morning and catch where they're going to get seated and what time they'll play next Wednesday. But game ball tonight goes to Sam Goodman. He threw a whale of a contest tonight for the Bobcats. They scored 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 Davenport Central error. Bobcats left 6 on base. They struck out once, received 4 walks, 5 walks, 1 hit batter, so 6 free passes. Leading hitters tonight, Kyle Lehman, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. One of those a solo home run. 2 hits in the number 9 spot by Ben Bryant. 1 hit by Sam Goodman, Damon Yeager, and Zach Bierman with a 2-run triple, and Peyton Quagliano with the single. For Davenport Central, no runs on no hits. A no-hitter here by Sam Goodman. 5 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit batter, keeping him from a perfect contest here tonight on 61 pitches. That's a phenomenal job. There's a lot of pitchers would like to get through maybe 3 innings in 61 pitches. So outstanding control here tonight by Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman gets his 6th victory of the year, brings his record now to 6-0. So congratulations to the Western Dubuque Bobcats, 8-0 victory here tonight over Davenport Central. And KMCH will follow them down to Principal Park in Des Moines next week, next Wednesday to be exact. We don't know what time yet. We'll let you know all that information tomorrow. Other games coming on here. Westdale Hawks softball team lost a heartbreaker today. A 2-run, 2-out home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Hawks lost 7-6. So they'll play tomorrow afternoon in the consolation game at 4:45, and I didn't look up. They'll play the loser of the North Scott Charles City game, and I'm not sure who won that one. So good luck to the softball team tomorrow as they battle for 3rd place in Class 4A out at Fort Dodge tomorrow. Good luck to North Lynn as they'll play tomorrow night for a state championship. They won it today, so congratulations to Mark Porter and the North Lynn Lynx as they go for their first ever state championship. So a couple of area teams still playing, so good luck tomorrow out in Fort Dodge for those softball teams. And that's going to kind of conclude the everything going into the state tournament. Any games left in high school baseball or softball is all state tournament action here now as we've hit that time of year where exciting time of the year. Softball wrap up the next 2 days, and baseball will start Friday with Class 1A down in Principal Park. I want to thank Austin West for coming in the studio tonight, for working so we could bring you Western Dubuque Substate baseball on the radio tonight. Thanks to Jeff Harris for tagging along and keeping track of pitch count for me tonight. Many thanks to the Constant Sports Boosters who, without their help, we couldn't give you high school athletics on KMCH. So thank you to those many sports boosters, the extra 12 that signed on for the postseason. So many thanks to the sports boosters of KMCH. My name is Bill Logan. I want to thank you for listening to Western Dubuque Class 4A Substate Baseball on KMCH.